Alright people, Max Saladin here again, and welcome back to my Mass Effect Legendary Edition Insanity run. Today I'm starting Mass Effect 2, just skipping the intro cutscenes to get right into the gameplay to keep this video a bit shorter than usual. I'll probably do the first mission here, escape from the Cerberus lab, and then we'll go to the first planet with Jacob and Miranda. And we'll probably do that mission as well and combine them into one episode. Okay. So we just get a headshot on that lad. For this playthrough I choose to be a soldier. Mainly because the best way to play Mass Effect 2 on Insanity, my opinion, is to be in the soldier class, so you can get adrenaline like this and really helps you out with headshots. And once you get some really good assault rifles later, like the Revenant machine gun or the Geth pulse rifle I think it's called, and you combine that with a really high adrenaline boost, it makes you pretty overpowered, and you can just machine gun people in slow motion right in the face. It really helps out a lot. And the rest of the time you're gonna want probably Morden and Miranda with you, at least in my opinion, because Miranda, she can overload shields and warp barriers, and there's gonna be a lot of that needed when you're fighting the collectors, because they like to put out a lot of barriers. And Harbinger, he always takes over one of them, puts on a barrier and armor, and you're going to want Miranda there to warp that armor and the barriers, and also use Morden because he has Incinerate. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself at the moment. It's just Shepard on his own. Hopefully we don't die during the first level, but we're pretty underpowered at the moment, and it's a lot more difficult. Well, not that difficult, but it's a lot trickier to level up in this game. You don't get XP from every kill like the original Mass Effect, but I will take out these robots just to practice my headshots. You have to wait to the end of every mission to gain XP. It's a change a lot of people didn't really like. They prefer the getting XP for everything you do style of RPG that the original Mass Effect was, but this one they sort of changed it up a little. I don't know if it was to make it harder or to make it more of an action feeling game than an RPG. But I kind of miss getting XP for each kill because I'm less interested in fighting every enemy, because if I can run past an enemy to get to the next part of the mission rather than fight it on Insanity, I will do that, because there's not really much reward for taking out the enemy since you don't get XP for it anymore. So yeah, there'll be some points where I try to just run on ahead of some enemies because there's no XP for fighting them. Shepard here, I've used the same face code from the previous Shepard, but I have altered him a little. I've given him a different little mustache, and I've put some grey in his hair to make him look a bit older. I don't know if I should have put a full beard or full stubble on him like before maybe, or if the mustache is a bit stupid, but I don't know. I thought because it was the second game we might like change up his look a little, give him grey hair so he's a little bit older. And he was dead for 2 years, so I think we can excuse him having a little bit of grey hair. I do wish that you could put a properly full bushy beard on Shepard. That would be pretty funny, but since we don't have that option, we'll go for this little pencil thin mustache we put on him. And but aside from that, it's mostly the same face code, but I just want to change his hair a little.
I'm here with Commander Shepard.
I think he still looks pretty decent, but something always goes and gets a little messed up when you import your Mass Effect character into Mass Effect 2, in my opinion. I don't know what way they did it, or why it doesn't look exactly the same as Mass Effect 1. But for some reason, when you import from Mass Effect 2 into Mass Effect 3, his face will go back to being what I originally intended it to be, which is a bit strange, but I guess that's how character importation just worked in this game. I mean, he still looks pretty much like my Shepard, but it's just the new engine that they used in Mass Effect 2. Well, maybe it wasn't a new engine, but the upgrades they did to it sort of changed the face a little when you import it. But he looks alright. He looks better than most custom Shepards, if I can pat myself on the back a little when I say that. It is pretty difficult to make a decent male Shepard. Most people just pick the default one, and FemShep, she's a lot easier to customize, to mess around with and make a decent custom looking FemShep. I don't know if I want to do another playthrough of this series after I finish on Insanity and do some sort of challenge mode. Like, I kind of want to do a FemShep run where I use biotic powers only, or some sort of challenge like that, just for fun. But I would be worried about getting really stuck on Insanity if I just do a biotic only playthrough. There's probably some part of a mission where using biotics is just impossible, and they force you to use a weapon or something, so maybe that wouldn't be a good idea. I was also thinking about doing a pistol only run. That could be interesting, but again, there might be some section where you don't have a pistol and that run would fall apart. Or I could try doing a speed run of Insanity, because at the moment I like to let these cutscenes play out, just for the sake of it. But if I was doing a speedrun, I would skip through all this dialogue and maybe just see how well I do at that. But yeah, we've got most of Mass Effect 2 still to do here, and Mass Effect 3. So maybe by the time I'm finished that, I actually won't want to upload more Mass Effect. But it seems most of the people who showed up on my channel recently are here for Mass Effect, so I kind of don't want to move on from it just yet. But the next thing after Mass Effect I want to do is, because I used to be a Yakuza channel mainly, I do want to play Lost Judgment, or Judgment 2 as some people have been calling it, and try to upload some stuff from that. I always like to 100% the Yakuza games. There's always some tricky challenges. I like to upload the evidence that I managed to do some of them. I didn't really do commentary on any of those videos back then, but this time I might try to, you know, add my voice into it, because YouTube, they don't really like just uploading gameplay anymore. They're not really a fan of channels that do that. They send me little warning messages. You need to add more creative input into these videos, or we're going to be, you know, asking you to you know, remove ads from your videos or whatever. So yeah, I'm trying to do more commentary and stuff, just to help out with that. But my argument with YouTube is, people come to my channel to see the gameplay, to see me doing the difficult task. They don't really want to hear from me, they just want to see the game. But YouTube are more like, yeah, well, anybody could have recorded this gameplay. You could have stolen this footage. You can't prove you own it unless you put your voice and face in it or whatever. I can kind of see that argument, but at the same time, why would anybody steal Mass Effect footage in this day and age from any other creator? It just doesn't make any sense. And like, who's going to have the exact same looking Shepard as me and choose the same dialogue as me? Like, it is pretty provable that this is my gameplay without putting me in commentary, but yeah, that's why I sort of changed to doing commentary videos again. I used to do it a long time ago. You'll probably see playthroughs on my channel of The Last of Us, Sleeping Dogs, Silent Hill, Metal Gear. Oh! Not happy about that. Died during the first mission, that's embarrassing. But I was getting a little too into what I was saying and not paying the amount of attention that I should have been. Oh well. Again, you're kind of underpowered a lot more in Mass Effect 2 to start off, until you upgrade some stuff, like get some decent armor, get some skin weaves, shield upgrades, because your health and shields go down so much more quickly in Mass Effect 2 on Insanity. So we'll try to be a bit more careful this time and not end up just getting shot to bits up here. So yeah, we'll send Jacob ahead to lure them out. Go on, Jacob and Wilson, or whatever your name is. I think it is Wilson. Okay, they weren't for coming out, so we'll head in, overload them. They're coming from. We got caught in a crossfire the last time. That's what happened. These guys came from behind. I wasn't really paying attention to them. Thought Jacob and Wilson would have done a better job of get back, Shepard. Okay, we're almost dead. We can't fortify ourselves. Please. Wilson managed to overload that one. Nice. Excuse me. Okay, so Wilson and Jacob actually saved me there, kinda. Well done. Probably two of the most forgettable characters ever. I know some people like Jacob, but I know he's just kind of there. Much like Caden and Ashley in the first game. Jacob, he's just one of those characters that I never use. Never really want to talk to him. And I've never romanced him myself as FemShep, but other people have said he's like a terrible romance option. Because when you get to Mass Effect 3, you find out that he's like cheated on Shepard and gone off and had a kid with some other woman. And yeah, that kind of makes him into a scumbag in my opinion. So I kind of just keep Jacob at a distance. But at least Miranda, as far as human characters go, they added someone you actually want to speak to. She's a big improvement over Caden and Ashley. She's got a lot of personality, a lot of sort of temper issues that come out with Jack. I think everybody enjoys how much Miranda and Jack fight with each other. Again, speaking of human characters, Jack is also great. And her dynamic with Miranda and how much they dislike each other.
Wilson betrayed us all.
But you can sense there's a sort of grudging respect between those two as well. So it makes them interesting to have on board. That's the thing about Mass Effect 2 that I think is a big improvement over Mass Effect 1. A lot of the crew sort of have these rivalries with each other. Mass Effect 1, everyone kind of liked each other, apart from Ashley, who didn't like aliens. But everyone else mainly got along with each other. Rex and Garrus had a few digs at each other during banter on the elevator and whatever. But they didn't do anything like Jack and Miranda, where they're going to tear the ship apart, fight each other because they don't like each other that much. Or how Tali, when she comes on board, she doesn't trust any of these Cerberus people. She dislikes Jacob immediately, which is pretty funny. So yeah, that's the first mission done. I think we're going to just skip ahead till I'll skip those cutscenes, and this is the next mission on... What planet is this? It's not Horizon. Freedom's Progress, is that it? I'll just skip ahead till this mission because I want to sort of stick to the gameplay.
Strange.
And I didn't want to end this video after just the escape from the Cerberus base because it's a pretty short mission. It's only about it took us about 10 minutes there to do that, was it? And this will probably take us about another 10 minutes. So it's going to be a pretty short video in comparison to most of the Mass Effect 1 run. But missions in this game, they are sort of paced a lot tighter, a lot quicker. There's more of them, but most of them are like 35 to 40 minutes long. Whereas Mass Effect 1, the main missions were like an hour and a half. So sometimes I had to cut out a lot of dialogue just to make sure the video would stay under an hour. because my terrible internet, I don't like to upload things that go over an hour because it can strangle my really slow connection. And there's always danger the internet's just going to break in the middle of an upload, and it's pretty heartbreaking. I think you can resume uploading sometimes if it restores itself quick enough, but if it's broke for about 10-20 minutes, it often corrupts that upload and it's no good. You have to start all over again, and that's really annoying. So I try to keep the videos a bit shorter, just so they upload quicker and I don't run into any issues like that. I've got an assault rifle now. I'm feeling a bit more confident. Hopefully we don't die on the second mission like we did in the first. Okay, there's an enemy over there. Okay, this is bad. We've been flanked. There's a dog running in to attack us. Please fortify yourself. Okay, try to take this one down. Come on, come on. Okay, he didn't quite go down. Overload him, Miranda, and throw or pull with Jacob. And this guy, okay. Hopefully his AI bugged out and he doesn't figure out how to walk around this box. And this dog seems to have bugged out. Thankfully, he should have been attacking us while we were concentrating on that other mech. Okay, Jacob and Miranda ran back that way, and the dog seemed to be chasing them, but his pathing seemed to bug out, so he got stuck against that wall. That actually was really helpful and probably kept us alive during that, so thanks a lot, Miranda and Jacob. You actually did something useful. So this is the new hacking minigame. I've already done one or two of them there from the first mission, but I didn't really mention them. It's a pretty simple little hacking game. It's an improvement over the last one. At least you're doing something a bit different than just pressing the buttons that show up on screen. But it does get a bit repetitive and you do get sick of seeing that screen after a while. But again, they're often pretty quick little puzzle pieces. Doesn't really take that long to get through them, but there is a bit many of them. It is kind of an overused little mini game, but it's not too bad. Okay, that guy went flying. Did he die? Okay, he disappeared. Okay, we'll take that. Tally, yay!
Stop right there.
I'm wearing this hood.
Wait, Shepard?
I can't remember what the hood's called, or that mask or whatever I'm wearing, because it improves our health by 10 points, and we can really use that boost at the moment. I do like to show Shepard's face in cutscenes and stuff, but since this is Insanity, we're going to probably be covered up most of the time. And there's no option to toggle helmets on and off for cutscenes, which is annoying. I really hoped in Mass Effect Legendary Edition they would have done something about that, where you can have the mask on all the time, but set it so when you go to a cutscene the mask is off. You'd like to see your custom Shepard's face, but yeah, they didn't really update that option in this game, which was kind of sad. Maybe they could patch that at some point, but the game's been out for a month and a bit now, so it seems unlikely that they're going to be patching anything else in this game unless some huge game-breaking bug is discovered, but that seems unlikely at this point. The upgrades to Tally's uniform in Mass Effect 2 is just unbelievable. Her suit just looks so much better, so much more detailed. Probably one of the best character designs in Mass Effect and in games in general. The Enviro suit for Tally, it just looks amazing. I wish I had one. I'd wear it all the time. Cosplay as Tally. I don't really have the right build to pull off that suit. You don't really see many sort of heavier looking Quarians, so I don't think they build. I'd probably be better off with a Volus suit, to be honest. Though I'm a bit too tall for a Volus suit as well. So let's be honest, I'd have to wear a Krogan set of armor, most likely. That's going to be the only thing that fits me. But But yeah, the Quarian suits look amazing, especially Tally's purple one. Now a little hacking minigame, get that and that, get this, and these two, okay. You can get pretty quick at that once you know what you're doing. I've seen people do that in like 3 seconds and you're like, how did you know where all those were? I've never gotten that quick at it, but...
Use overload on it.
Right, okay, turrets or drones are flying in. We really need to upgrade Miranda's overload, because she's only sort of doing half damage with it at the moment. Do we have the right ammo on? Yeah, we'll just use throw there, overload. She's not even doing half damage with overload, it's only like a quarter or a third maybe. I'm pretty bad at maths. I'm sure to get surrounded here by these guys, so I'm moving back a bit. Okay, that one did more damage somehow, maybe because I was hitting it with disruptor ammo at the same time. Okay, yeah, we have disruptor ammo on, we use adrenaline. Keep forgetting to turn on adrenaline because you do more damage and your shots are more concentrated during that. Okay, that one's down. Is that all of them? Okay, we survived that, not too badly. Nice. Med kit. Okay, we didn't really need that. We got 100 credits for selling one. I think it would be better instead of just automatically selling med kits once you pick one up after you have too many of them, that if they went into storage on the Normandy or something, so they were automatically replenished at the start of each mission or something, because we have 3 at the moment. We can upgrade that so we're carrying like 7 or 8 maybe later. But yeah, I don't like how it automatically sells metagel if you have too many of them already, because the next mission it starts you with whatever number of metagel you had left. Like if I use one to bring Jacob back now, I'll have 2 left, and if I go the whole rest of the mission without picking up any more, we won't automatically have 3 when we go to the next mission. It doesn't replenish, we'll just have 2 still. So it would have been nice if all the other extra med gel you pick up, that if it just gets stored on the Normandy or something and would automatically replenish when you went to the next mission. Okay, overload. These drones are pretty annoying. They're not really too dangerous. Well, I suppose they took Jacob down, but he is Jacob, so like that's not too surprising that he went down. And again, Miranda's already shown why we like to have her around on Insanity, because overload is really useful, and so is warp. Like it's the 2 main abilities you need aside from incinerate from Morden for the armor on enemies. And then if you have a soldier shepherd who has disruptor and incendiary ammo, that's sort of your ideal squad. See what I'm talking about there, I picked up that med kit and we got 100 credits because it automatically gets sold off. It'd be better if that med gel just got sent to the ship, as I was saying. Okay, we'll put Jacob. Excuse me. We'll put Jacob over there and Miranda over there. This could be a tricky bit. We're fighting a mech and we don't really have the best weapons yet, and we don't have incinerate or anything that would help us with its armor. I have incendiary ammo, that should help us a little. But yeah, this mech fight could be tricky. Hopefully we don't get too badly destroyed. Kinda expecting to maybe die once or twice until I figure out a good position to get into.
That mech's got heavy armor plate.
Jacob, he's probably just gonna die within 5 seconds. Because he's got a shotgun, he wants to get in close to a mech, probably. And that's a pretty terrible idea. So, overload him, Miranda, and I'll put on fortification so I can get a good few shots in. Jacob, you have incendiary ammo, that could be useful once we get his shields down. just stick to disruptor ammo for now until the shields come down. Overload again. It's not really doing a lot of damage. We really need to upgrade that soon. Adrenaline shot, that'll help us do some extra damage. Shields are about a quarter of the way down. Nice. Jacob still alive somehow. Thought he would have went down already by now. Okay, now Miranda can warp the armor. See, that's why she's a pretty valuable squad mate. I don't think any other team member has overload and warp at the same time. So it's a pretty vital, those are pretty vital skills for the amount of armoured and barriered up enemies you run into. Nearly everything has a shield or a barrier or armour in this game. So, you know, enemies are a lot tougher than they were in the original Mass Effect. Like, we never really ran into a fight like this in the original Mass Effect, apart from maybe the Geth Colossus on the Rescue Liara mission. Use warp, put on adrenaline, and get him in the head. Pretty sure that'll do some extra damage. I'm really sort of just running around this box. Kinda cheesing this one out. But to be okay, get back behind the box. Wish it was Metal Gear Solid and then we could get inside the box. And then that would confuse the hell out of this enemy. Okay, we can overload him. Hit him with the adrenaline shot. We had to reload, goddammit. Not to worry, we've got him down. Okay, that went a lot better than I was expected to. I think we have to give the MVP of that fight to the box. It was really that enemy's one weakness. A box that he couldn't shoot through, so you just keep running around it, and he really could do nothing. Thankfully, he had no other backup help from any mechs or anything there, or we couldn't have utilised that plan because they would have been shooting at us from all angles. We couldn't have really stayed hidden behind the box until our shields went back up, or until Miranda's powers recharged. We didn't even use the heavy weapon there. I don't really like wasting heavy weapon ammo because again you get a limited amount of it. Tally's in here looking after these people.
This is your chance to go.
Yeah, we have to go to the back room and get Vitor out of there. And I think after we do that we'll just end the video there, and these two missions will make up the video. And next time I think we'll go get Morden from Omega. I think that should be our first stop. Normally I like to do things a bit different and go get Grunt or Jack or something just to be different. But on Insanity we really want Morden because he unlocks the med bay, or not the med bay, the tech lab. And then you can start upgrading your weapons, upgrading Shepard, put some shield boosts onto him or something, and that'll really help us out on Insanity. I'll leave getting Gars for a while. I know people really like you to get Gars early on because he's everyone's favourite, but on Insanity his mission is pretty damn tough. I think I'm going to want to be leveled up a bit before we go do that, so I'll probably go recruit Jack and Grunt, and then I'll probably hopefully have Morden and Miranda level up a bit, and then we can take them and go get Garrus. Because you do again fight a lot of enemies that have barriers and shields and armor. And again, my strategy is to use Morden and Miranda. It's not two characters people often choose to pair together for missions, but I think on Insanity it's the way to go.
I thought the collectors kept to themselves.
People really like to have Grunt on Insanity because he has fortification. Keeps him alive a lot. He really draws a lot of fire. But for my method, I've put Shepard with fortification as his bonus power just to give him a bit of an edge. And then when you combine that with having adrenaline, which later also gives him a bit of a health boost when it's activated, it'll really help us out. Because the name of the game is staying alive with Shepard, really. It's good if you can keep the rest of your team alive most of the time, but You really just want to keep Shepard up and standing. As long as he can fight on, you can always get your crew back.
No one escapes.
I think that's probably all we're getting out of him, Commander.
We appreciate what you
Yeah,
told
we just
us.
help feed
You
her
were
out
very
now.
helpful.
I studied them. The monsters. The swarms. I recorded them with my Omni tool. Lots of readings. Electromagnetic. Dark energy.
We need to get this data to the elusive man. Grab the Quarren and call the shuttle to come pick us up.
What? Vitor is in.
And yeah, we'll just send him with Tali because
We won't hurt him. We just need to see if he
that'll
knows
help
anything
us.
else. And he returned unharmed.
We'll keep our
Your people
Paragon
tried to betray us
score up.
once
I'm
already.
still trying to be
We've given to you
Paragon.
and
It's
never
not as
given
essential as in Mass Effect 1 because there's not really a moment where if you don't have enough Paragon, one of your squad mates is gonna die.
Just let me take him.
At least I don't think there is. So don't really need to be Paragon as much. I'm going to do some Renegade stuff because
I want to, but
there are just moments that make more sense to be Renegade during, like when the guy's repairing that gunship and you just tell him he's working too hard. I don't think anybody has ever skipped sticking that guy with the electric rod thing.
Tally will give us the Omni tool data.
Alright, well thanks for watching people. I'm going to leave this video here for today. And I'll see you again with the next episode of this. We're going to be probably recruiting Morden. I think that's absolutely what our plan should be. So yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you later.